Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG Radio Show. Really, really excited to have y'all back here to discuss with you, as always, credit repair, real estate, resume writing, and some motivation to get you through the day. So, as always, we start with credit repair because without credit, there's no way possible that you can move forward. So, even though I am an agent through the companies that pretty much help you out as far as building up your credit. So definitely, if you are interested in signing up, or if you yourself are looking to become an agent while being able to work on your credit as well as make some money while doing it, definitely feel free to give me a call, 267-702-3756. But what I'm actually here today is to give you some tips in regards to removing those items from your credit report. Now, I know it sounds strange, and I'm going to be doing this every single time that we talk, but I want folks to understand that the advice is out there, depending upon what you Google, depending upon what you search, depending upon what you're asking your friends, family, or neighbors and such, there will be that information that is available to you to assist. My job is to get that out to you. But if you really just don't want to spend the time looking it up, having to go through anything, then by all means, definitely take the easy way route. Give me a call, and I'll definitely help you out along your way. So, what we're coming across with the pandemic, and we're in 2021 right now, and we've seen the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, the horizontal, the diagonals, the wishy-washy, the washy rule. So what we're trying to overcome is that there's things that came along with it, and a lot of big things that came along with it outside of just your normal daily life are medical bills. Now, I know it's not something that's usually typically talked about, especially maybe around the along the younger generation, but paying for a recent procedure, paying for something that you thought that your healthcare insurance was providing for, may get stacked up against you, and what you're doing at the end is pushing it off, pushing it off, pushing it off. When at the end of the day, it could be like, you know what, I need to get on top of this. So, starting off, um, I wanted to talk about medical bills as they appear on your credit report. Now, I've talked about this before. The first thing that you should be doing is going to annualcreditreport.com. Reason being is so that way you're able to pull up a free annual credit report. Now, with the free annual credit report, it's not going to give you a specific score, but it is going to tell you, specifically if there's this medical center that's based out in San Antonio, Texas, and you live somewhere out in Los Angeles, California, you're like, wait, this isn't right, or this shouldn't be applying to me. So it allows you to actually dive deep into further to get your research going and to see where you should be at with that. So that's the first thing. The other thing too is that, and I know it sounds automatic, and it's like, hey, this is something that I already know. But the first thing that you should be doing is either paying off your medical bills as they come, or setting up a payment plan. No matter high the amount, no matter low the amount, if you are able to work out a plan or discuss a payment plan with the medical providers, then that's pretty much your first steps in getting in regards to fixing those medical bills off it. There's no magic wand that can be done that. Now, if there's any fraudulent things that are going on, like I has discussed before, if you got something that says that you had a procedure out in San Antonio, Texas, and you live nowhere near there, or haven't been there, and I don't know how long, or never even stepped foot in there, then by all means, yes, that is something that you want to attack, and that is something that you want to dispute, especially if the information doesn't match with who you are. So by all means, take that step towards it. But in regards to if it's something that, let's say, happened in 2020, your healthcare insurance provider had said, hey, we're covering 80% of it. You were responsible for 20% of it. Your job is to figure out a game plan. Okay, how can I get rid of this debt? And the best thing to do is communication. Honestly, just reach out and talk to the medical providers and ask them, hey, are we able to set up a payment plan in regards to getting rid of this? I don't want this listed on my credit report. In addition, I'm trying my best to increase my credit score. So how can we pretty much get removed of this? One of the tips that I actually came across on creditkarma.com was ask your healthcare insurance provider. So first things first is seeing like, hey, is there something that in addition needs to be covered? A lot of folks, and I've worked this so much because I put people out to work who are in banking positions, healthcare positions, and they're working in a call center. And there's going to be certain things that their manager or their team says that, hey, They are allowed to do A, B, and C, but do not let them know that they're allowed to do D, E, and F. And it's for good reason, because if a company was to give away all its secrets, then it's not going to be a company anymore. It's just pretty much going to be a free for all. But what I'm telling you right now is that you need to push. You need to figure out, hey, is there something else that I could do? Is there something in addition that I could do to get rid of this debt? Or more so, can I switch my insurance around to the point where it can get covered in whole, or it can get and covered, maybe going from 80% coverage to 90% coverage? So it's something, some things that you want to inquire about. There's some things that you want to see about by doing that. So when you get the time, I know it's busy, and take advantage of the features that are available to you when you are able to contact your healthcare insurance provider. If there's a chat function that maybe while you're at work, you could do that at the same time. Is there a phone number, excuse me, in order for you to leave actually your information for them to get a call back in touch with you? Is there an email where you can actually have a paper trail, the documented information, so that way you're waiting on a response coming back from them? Either way, whatever it is, you do need to make a point of contact in regards to getting out to your healthcare insurance provider and let them know, hey, I'm trying to come up with a plan to get rid of these medical bills off my debt. The second thing that I came across is disputing the medical bill. Like I said, you pull up that credit report, and if something doesn't seem right, or even more so, it's something maybe back from 20, 30 years ago, you don't need a fancy credit repair company, especially if your score is like, where it needs to be at and you're just looking for more ways to boost it up. Don't feel that you need to sign up with some elaborate program, whoever it is, to say, hey, join us and we'll be able to get rid of it for you for free. The only thing that you're paying for, folks, with any type of service product, or even going with an individual, is time. You are paying for individuals to do what you're unable to do in a shorter amount of time. So with that, dispute the medical bills on your own. But if you're having trouble, or there's more things that you need to be worried about, definitely give me a call. Like I said, 267-702-3756. I'll be more than to assist you with that. The other thing is, like I said, if you got a hefty medical bill, thousands, 2,000, 30,000, discuss ways and options that you're able to pay this medical bill over time. If your credit may not be where it's supposed to be at, or you're building it up, maybe you need to take out a consolidated loan to actually cover the cost and coverage. It took me 9 months, ladies and gentlemen, 9 months for me to actually realize, like, hey, I need to get on the ball with my student loans. And that's going to be a completely different conversation. There's so many things going on with the internet, with the news, bureaucracy, politics. It's like, hey, they're going to waive the first 10,000, or hey, they're going to be completely removed if you graduated in this year. All this fun stuff. But what you need to be focusing on right now is the day and time that you are in this situation and what you can be doing to move forward. So negotiate that hefty medical bill, discuss with the insurance providers and see, hey, am I able to get this down? Or maybe there's a payoff amount. These medical bills work the same way as credit cards do. So if you built up a balance, and it's $10,000, and you're able to settle on 6,500, they'll take it in a heartbeat, because they know that they're able to guarantee that money, especially if it's already been moved to a collection agency. Yes, I know it sounds heartless. You're in for surgery. Doctors are doing everything that they can to fix you up. Nurses pat you up and everything like that. And then you walk out the door and it's like, hey, hate to tell you this, but your healthcare insurance provider only provided a little bit. So we're going to have to charge you for the other $10,000. So with that, how did you want to pay that today? So and if you're unable to pay, medical bills is pretty much going to stack up. And they're like, hey, listen, you know what? We can no longer take care of this debt anymore. So we actually sold it to a collection agency. So all that collection agency is doing, and prime example, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys and gals to understand this and realize this. When you have a medical bill, let's say of $2,000, when they're selling that to a collection agency is not making an agreement of saying, like, hey, yeah, by all means, we'll definitely pick it up for $2,000. No, they're taking a small portion of it. So they might be down to where it's like 700, 800, because the insurance provider may have already written it off. They're like, yeah, sure. If you want to take it, you can take it. Ain't going to bother us. No, nope, not at all. You're fine. Yeah, go ahead. Feel free to take it. Meanwhile, the collection agency is like, wow, Their bill's 2,000, but the lowest that we can actually negotiate a price on is $800. Meanwhile, they get you on the phone and say, "Hey, we're willing to do a payoff amount of 1,400. Will you be okay with that?" You might be all excited, like, "Oh my gosh, that would be great. That would be so great. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do it. I could actually use two credit cards, correct?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure, definitely." So while they gained your information, they paid it off. Meanwhile, you, on the other hand, could have been oh so much richer had you discussed and made payment arrangements accordingly, rather than thinking you got to go for the first payoff amount that they do provide to you. All right. The other thing too is if you've already negotiated payment plans, make sure you stay on top of those due dates. It's and look at the fine line when it comes to grace period. Especially if you're working every other week. And of course there are those 2 months. Hey, listen, I'm a W-2. I'm not going to be a W-2 till the day I die, but I am a W-2 man right now, so I understand that third week or that extra week and during a certain month when it comes out. Speaking of which, I got to figure out when it is going to be this year. But that extra check that you get, use it towards your finances. Use it towards, hey, paying it down. And of course, if it's going to be on that off week, let them know. Give them a call. The worst thing that you could do is not talk to the individuals, letting them know, hey, I'm going to be late this month, or even worse, I'm not going to be paying it at all. Make an arrangement. If your bill is $55 and you can only do $20, then put the $20 down. But definitely don't put nothing where it's zero, where they're thinking at the end of the day, oh, this person doesn't want to do anything. Okay, cool. We're about to let Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion know what they've been up to, in addition being late on their payments, which is going to ultimately just hurt and affect your score. So to prevent all that, do what you need to do. Follow those 3 steps. Contact the insurance, healthcare insurance providers. Definitely, by all means, try to negotiate that hefty medical bill and stay on top of your due dates and request a payment plan if at all possible, especially if it's been moved to a collections agency. But look to see money wise, as far as like, hey, if I'm paying $100 a month, what time period is that going to be paid off? So that way I can get back to my normal daily routine. All right. So, lastly, they put down here again, check your credit reports for suspicious behavior, but we already talked about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break real quick. Be sure to check out this commercial. I know you'll love it. And I will be right back to talk about some real estate. Talk to you soon. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. If you're just tuning in or just happen to skip forward and you're like, hey, who's this guy again? My name is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG Radio Show, where we're always talking about credit repair, real estate, and resume writing, some motivation to get you through the day. But before we continue, we are now at the point of real estate. So for those that don't know, yes, I wear many, many hats and plan to wear on many, many more. Maybe a Broadway star. Could I see myself in Broadway? Maybe that's opera. Totally got the two confused. So obviously I shouldn't be in either, since I can't even get the one right. But I am doing a good job of being a realtor because I'm giving you information on how to become the best realtor there is. In addition, being tied to one of the best brokerages that there is, and in addition, being able to do what I do best as far as helping you buy, sell, and rent. So with that, all right, Dan, you're recruiting me for credit repair. Now you're recruiting me to be a real estate agent. What is this about? So yes, with that, 267-702-3756. So if you are an agent that is looking for a brand new brokerage, or if you're looking for a brokerage that's actually continuously expanding in Portugal, Brazil, Japan, Dubai, while being at the comfort of your home, since it is a cloud-based coverage. In addition, we just expanded to the commercial side of things. By all means, give me a call, 267-702-3756. I'll be more than happy to help you out with that. But before we get to that, definitely want to give out some good tips and advice and some great information for my fellow realtors. I don't care which brokerage you're with. Uh, Came across an article from Pennsylvania Association of Realtors. For those that didn't come across it, some of these I do check, some of these I don't, especially the ones that caught my eye. And the one that caught my eye, especially, and I'm always related to the pandemic as far as what's going on, but moving forward, everybody's mindset, everybody's foresight is triggered in some way, sense, shape, or form. When I moved into the apartment that I was in now, the first thing that I was checking out as far as availability and access to major things that are around me. How far away is my bank? Um, how far away is the local police station? How far away is the post office? How far away is the local shopping mall? Especially for the queen back there, that's why for the shopping. But how close I am to everything that I need, and even more so because Philadelphia has that sales beverage tax. Even though I have been cutting back on soda, so I'm really proud of myself for that. But as far as grocery stores, because I do shopping, I do need to eat. The family needs to eat, so I need to make sure that where I'm going to. Because prior to, I was living right near ShopRite, but ShopRite, and when I tell you walking distance, I mean literally, I walk outside, I look to the left, go down the street, look to the right, and ShopRite's right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Loved it. Loved the people over there, which led me to the discussion today about, does living near a specific grocery store impact a home's value? And it does. Think about the people that shop at certain stores, what their income level is, what type of things that they're looking for, what are they specific about. In addition, it should give you an idea as far as the type of client that you're looking to come across, and the type of service that you're going to be willing to provide. If you're finding folks, and this might be also a good question as well, when you're talking to that brand new client, hey, where do you go grocery shopping at? So that way it gives, oh, excuse me, real life, ladies and gentlemen, I got indigestion. I had pizza today. Um, but it gives you an idea as far as if somebody's saying like, oh yes, you know what, Save a Lot has been my best option, and nothing wrong with Save a Lot, but you got to understand, it's like, or are you going to Save a Lot to actually save a lot, or are you going to Save a Lot because that's where your income is at? Now, if somebody says like, oh, I shop at Whole Foods all the time, I'm typically spending about $200 to $300 there on a weekly basis. Like, okay, all right, now I know where your income level is at. Because something is on a consistent basis, you can actually gauge an idea as far as the type of client that you're going to be looking for, the type of client that you're going to be dealing with. So with that, really based upon what they're looking for in a home, but also see as far as how far they're willing to travel to get to said such grocery store. I'm kind of upset that there's no Save a Lot actually around me anymore. The Save a Lot that I used to go to was right down the street, along with Aldi's, along with Walmart grocery, along with what else was down there? PJP Marketplace. So I had all these great discounted area stores to go to. But now, I'm actually enjoying the suburban life that I'm dear, and actually enjoying just going to Giant. Well, I'm actually just enjoying not having to pay this beverage tax anymore. But like I said, cutting back on soda and just merely focusing on juices and everything like that really has helped, and even helped the tummy as well. But so, does living near a specific grocery store impact a home's value? Let's actually pull up some numbers here, and I'm pulling this directly from Pennsylvania Association of Realtors article that was done by Kelly Layton on January 11th, 2021. Does living near a specific grocery store impact a home's value? You ready for these numbers, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go. For home buyers, the average 5-year home appreciation for properties near an Aldi was 41%, followed by Trader Joe's at 35%, and Whole Foods at 33%. Despite homes near an Aldi having a higher home appreciation rate, homes near Trader Joe's have the highest in average home values at $644,558, and the most equity at 37%, or $255,066, making Trader Joe's the best bet for buyers. So I know what you're thinking. Okay, so Trader Joe's is ringing in the money. Okay, Trader Joe's is doing pretty good. So with Trader Joe's, Not so much that I need to shop there, that I need to be stalking there, but what you do need to be looking for is that where Trader Joe's is at, look at a 2 to 5 mile radius surrounding Trader Joe's and see what open houses are available around there. See what, especially if your brokerage is already currently housed in there, hey, maybe you could take over a open house one time, especially if it's private and it's following COVID-19 guidelines and regulations. Just want to get that out there. I don't want to think people that I'm going nuts on. It's like, hey, you could just walk into any open house nowadays. No, no, no. Not saying that at all. I know there's still certain guidelines that you need to follow with that. But what I do want you to realize and focus on is, the clients that you're looking to engage with. So doing that 2 to 5 mile radius surrounding a Trader Joe's should be putting you in a position of like, hey, these are the type of clients that I want. It goes on further to say homeowners near an Aldi had 26% equity or 71,204, while homeowners near a Whole Foods had 33% equity or 191,380. So the average price of a home near Whole Foods was 532,224. It's really, really specific. I'm surprised they didn't throw any change in here. While the cost was 250,850 on average for homes near an Aldi. And so that's getting your price range, ladies and gentlemen. And that's, like I said, that's a good tip to sponsor. In addition, seeing about different events that are actually going to be local in the neighborhood that is accessible to you. Prime example, the shredding event that's supposed to be coming up this Saturday that Super Realty Group is actually doing. Folks should actually be looking at like, hey, what grocery stores are around there that I can encourage folks to, hey, do you realize that there's this shredding event going on in order to engage them? So let's say Trader Joe's is right around the corner from Super Realty Group. That might be something that they want to actually knock on the door and say, hey, we're having a free shredding event. Do you mind if I put something up? That way I'm engaging folks. I'm bringing them in. In addition, not only I'm helping you out for the new year as far as getting started and getting rid of all your stuff and not having to shred and use scissors and everything like that, or maybe a bonfire. Shouldn't be doing a bonfire anyway, but if your house is big enough and you got the space for it, knock yourself out. But not an incinerator. Definitely would recommend the incinerator. That'd be kind of too dark and deep. But definitely, folks, start targeting your areas. My fellow realtors, I say these free things because I want to assist you. I say these free things and tips and advice because I want to help you build. I want you to be stronger and everything like that in all that you do. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to grow. And the worst thing that could prevent you from getting a sale, the worst thing that could prevent you from moving forward in your life is hearing another bad realtor story. So my fellow realtors and my fellow millionaires, hope you got some great advice from that. If you do have any questions, or like I said, if you're looking to join the eXp Realty, give me a call, 267-702-3756. And I will see you shortly because I got some tips about some resume writing and a career tip that will actually probably get you hired tomorrow. So be sure to stay tuned and check out the messages.
Dave, what are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing, Amanda? I'm crossing out private information.
But you've got a shredder right here.
My shredder is broken.
We'll take it to our free shredding event.
Free shredding event?
Yeah, Saturday, January 16th from 10 to 12. 501 West 22nd Street in Chester at our office.
Free shredding event at Super Realty Group Delco? I'm out of here.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG Radio Show. If you haven't already known, I talk about real estate, resume writing, and credit repair, and some motivation to get you through the day. This last segment that I'm here to talk to you about is some resume writing and career tips. Now, for those that were actually tuned into my last segment and are hopping on right now, and they're like, Dan, you said there was something about finding a job tomorrow that I can start tomorrow. I mean, I know it's late, but what is the secret that you have that I can start my job tomorrow? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I actually am not going to lie to you. I didn't know what the secret was until now. So I always do this, ladies and gentlemen, and this is just pure simplicity, and I'm being purely transparent and straightforward with you all. Typically, when I come up with my topics, most likely I'm right in the shower thinking like, what should I talk about? Should I discuss this or should I take that off? I'm not too sure. But in this case, I actually Googled, I said, how can I start a job tomorrow? Well, when you go on Indeed, literally, if you go on Indeed and you type in start job tomorrow, there's a bunch of jobs that come up that you can start tomorrow. Now, I was like, nah, that's impossible. There's no way. But a lot of them were commission based. A lot of them were retail. A lot of them were like sales associate and everything like that, but they weren't that career specific. So the job that you are looking for, by all means, you could definitely start any job and every single job starting tomorrow. I had to learn that the hard way when I got dressed up for an interview working at the movie theater. And I was like, hey, all right, so I'm here. I definitely want to show that I can be a strong. What day can you start? I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I just needed your IDs so we could put you in. Did you want to do an interview with me? Nope, nope, nope. You're fine. We just needed somebody to get started next Tuesday. Are you okay with coming in at 6? Yeah, I guess so. Sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for starting your job tomorrow, just Google start job tomorrow on Indeed.com and you're going to find more than a need. Now, for some career, some resume writing tips that's going to get you through the day, that's going to get you that actual career that you're looking for, pay attention to this. Believe it or not, a lot of folks don't realize that they can switch around their job titles when it comes to the position that they're looking for, especially if the company's no longer in business. I mean, who are they going to tell? Who are they going to confirm with? If you have something that says, hey, you were hired on specifically for this role, then by all means, it might be a little bit hard to get out of. But if you're looking for, a position that's pretty much around the range of it, such as this data entry role that I was recruiting for with my day job, and a lot of folks did a lot of data entry. Like I had one woman that she was in and out and up and down of hospital records working on a database, but her job title was like patient services admin rep clerk. Now, because the client that we were working for was so specific and so in need of saying that, no, they need to be data entry rep. We need to see on the resume that it says data entry rep. We cannot move forward if data entry rep is not shown on the resume. So it's like, all right, well, if that's what you're looking for, yeah, I'll just change the title. So I let the candidate know, like, hey, we're changing the job title for this role that you're going to be a data entry rep. Okay, that's fine with me. I did do data entry. Cool, awesome. Moving forward with an interview, blah, 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 and they are good to go. So, my tip when it comes to your resume, besides getting in contact with me, I know what you're thinking. Like, wait, Dan, you said credit repair, real estate, and your resume writing. Trust me, I got so much more in store. You got to tune in and just keep watching the RNG Radio Show. But prior to that, give me a call if you are in need of a resume revamp or anything at all. By all means, I'm here to help. 267-702-3756. Per some of my past commercials, my price stands where it's at, $49. I'm not going to charge more nor less, both for the cover letter and resume. It is simply $49. You need a resume revamp, guess what it's going to be? $49. So a continuous price of $49 for anytime and anytime. And I typically get back with folks within 24 hours. So back to my main point, which is something that you can do on your own, just like I found about the jobs to start tomorrow. I just did on my own. But for you, make your resume job specific to the job that you're wanting, to the job that you're looking for, to the job that you know in your heart that you're qualified for, that you could run circles around the individual that's going to be training you. That is the job that you're looking for. That is the career that you're focusing on. But like I said, if you need something tomorrow, Google start jobs tomorrow, or find something that's going to be commission based that you could easily start tomorrow, get in, make some sales, and make some money at the end of the day. But you're going to need that fire and that entrepreneurial spirit in order to do so. A lot of folks are going to tell you a time that you need to start, give you a book of names and numbers that you need to call, and you got to make some things happen. But outside of that, and pulling back to where everything is at hand, for your resume to be specific to what you're looking for. And it's not that hard, folks. I know what you're thinking. It's like, well, damn, where do I even start? Like, I'm a cashier, but I've been doing the job of an assistant manager. Well, then you should be looking up sample assistant manager resume. You should be looking up assistant manager job duties. The job, the career that you're looking for, especially if you match to it, especially if you got the skill to do it, you should just be taking the time to actually make sure that your resume caters to it. ladies and gentlemen, it's a piece of paper. You folks are the ones doing the interview. You folks are the ones doing the follow up. You are the ones that are doing the thank you letters, which I'm going to get back to that in a new episode. Oh, excuse me, later on this year. But what makes you pretty much stand out as far as getting through the door definitely is going to be that resume, but that next step is 100% on you, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't want you falling by the wayside when that comes around. So make sure that your resume is going to be job specific to what the employer is seeking, or I should say what the position is seeking ultimately. And then in addition, like I said, if you're looking for work, hit that button that says start jobs tomorrow and go seek out and find it. Or you could also hit that button that says how to start my business tomorrow. So I'm always going to help out with a career. I'm always going to help out with a job. But ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, if that side hustle is not getting close to where, or that side hustle should be matching to where your annual salary is at, then you're on the right track. But if you feel that a career job is going to be saving you out of grace, we got close to 4 million people, I think, that are still out to work because of this pandemic. And more jobs are just being lost over time because employers, companies, businesses, and even entrepreneurs are looking for ways and innovative ways where they could pretty much cut down the cost of having an employee work directly for them, or getting them to a point where it's like, hey, you know what? I'm really not going to need Bob this whole week. I'm only going to need him for 25 hours. Mary, oh, and this isn't brand new Mary. No, Mary's just a brand new software that we're using to pretty much delegate work for me that I don't have to worry about Bob putting in his full 40 hours. So, ladies and gentlemen, find that skill set, find that uniqueness in you that actually has you stand out. But if you feel that, and nothing wrong with it, if you feel that, hey, I just need something that's going to start work tomorrow, I just need that career that's going to get me that check next week, look for those jobs that say start jobs tomorrow. In addition, cater that resume to where it is job specific, or in this case, career specific. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right back. I got one more message from you that's going to be coming up shortly. And then last but not least, we're going to go over some motivation to get you through your day. Talk to you soon.
Walking through the mall or the stores or whatever, it's like, you know, a lot of people's energy attached to your aura. So teaching people about cleansing their spiritual body so that they could have more energy.
I speak about that stuck place. It's a lot of it has to do with getting over yourself, getting over how you view yourself, and ultimately the impact of how other people view you.
Not only did I turn my life around, but I turned the life around of so many countless of women that I've counseled, that I've helped throughout the process of them letting go of toxic relationships, getting their self-esteem back, working out, getting out there, getting courage, all that stuff, walking them through those steps, and just changing people's lives.
By the time you're done one episode, you will become that much smarter. RNG Radio Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I am wrapping up with the RNG Radio Show again. This is your host, Daniel Umstead. If you need anything at all, resume writing, credit repair tips, what's the best thing to take for indigestion? No, Tums, by the way. Tums is really good. But, you know, real estate, credit repair, resume writing tips, I'm more than happy to assist. Please give me a call. 267-702-3756, or you are more than welcome to shoot me a text as well. But last thing that I wanted to discuss with you all about, and this is just really a relaxed conversation, is being overwhelmed. I know that with everything going on, you know, if you didn't already have the weight of the world, not only on your left shoulder, but your right shoulder, and, you know, right in that hard little spot in the back of your neck, if it's not already there, I know that more and more pressure is being put on you. But I wanted to discuss with you about being overwhelmed. You know, it comes a time where you may feel that between the kids' homework, between your studies, between your job, between your career, between your family needs and wants and catering to them, that it can be overwhelming, that you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn. And you feel that you just got this train just pulling out of you. And it's like, I don't know how I'm going to make it through the next day. Well, I can assure you this, folks. If you're looking at this right now, if you're listening to me right now, if you happen to already subscribe to the RNG Radio Show right now, um, you should be realizing something. You got life. You're able to breathe. You're able to move forward in the capacity that you were born to do. If there's any ailments, if there's anything holding you back, if there's anything that says that, I'm not too sure how I'm going to survive this. I'm just not too sure how I'm going to make it. Just breathe, ladies and gentlemen. There's no higher calling. There's no faith that's going to beat out you just sitting there, being still and breathing for 10 to 20 seconds. Just breathe. Let that stress go. Let that feeling go of you saying that, oh, I'm just not sure if I'm going to make it. I'm just not sure if this is going to be for me. I'm just not sure, how I'm going to get this done. I'm just not sure if my son's project is going to be done in enough time. Just breathe, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure, depending on the age that you are, or even your experiences that you came across in life, but I'm pretty sure that there's been trials and tribulations that came across you that have been way, way, way much worse, or being in position that, you felt like you were in a tight spot. You felt that you were in a rock between a hard place, or between a hard place and a rock and all, or however the saying is. But I want you to realize that, being overwhelmed is a natural thing. But feed into that energy, get rid of that energy of being overwhelmed by saying that, what, I could turn this around. I could become greater than what I was yesterday. I can actually become greater than what I am right now. Because every second that goes by, actually got this from Dion Cole. Every second that goes by, we get older. Let's count right now. Are you ready? You're going to love this exercise. You ready? In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just gotten 10 seconds older. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, however you want to put it. But realizing that, oh my gosh, 10 seconds just went by and I'm still feeling stressed. I'm still feeling overwhelmed. No, I need to beat this because that 10 seconds can be moved towards positivity as long as you're starting it up here. Now, it may seem like a whole circus full of monkeys. It may seem like, how in the world did that stain even get on the ceiling and how come I didn't even notice it? It may seem, oh my gosh, laundry needs to get done and I got this interview tomorrow. It may seem that the world is just fighting against you daily. But breathe. Take the time, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or if you want, you can actually just rewind and do that 10-second countdown again with me, and I'll show you. But I just need you to realize and understand that when you're moving forward in life, you have two different directions. You can harp on the past. You can think about what's going to be affecting you, or you can flip that around and how you're going to be affected it. So, as always, ladies and gentlemen, you know my tagline. Stay blessed, my fellow millionaires. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next show. And stay tuned. I got plenty of guests coming in 2021 strong after actually interviewing over 100. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay blessed, my fellow millionaires. And I'll be talking with you soon.